Well, this last one, believe it or not, is probably the easiest one in the entire section. I used to just assign it, and then I was finding students were getting confused by it, so I figured I'll just throw it right down in here. Okay, so it's very similar to the last one. You have a chemist that needs 6 ounces of a 20% alcohol solution, but has only a 24% alcohol solution. How many ounces each of 24% solution and water should she mix to make the desired 6 ounces of 20% alcohol solution? Okay, so notice it's you want 20%, you want 6 ounces of it, right? But you only have 24%. But remember, these solutions are mixed with water. So if you just have plain water, you'll be able to kind of dilute it, right? Dilute the 24% to get it down to the 20%. That's what we're saying. All right, so let's let X be the number at 24%, and Y is going to be the quarts of water. Now, what do you know about them? Oh, not quarts. Everything's ounces. Sorry. Ounces on this one. Okay. Now, what do we know about them? Well, we need how many ounces altogether? 6, right? All right, let me put that in that. So that's going to mean X plus Y is going to be 6 on this one. Okay. All right, then we also need some percentages here. So we have this whole 20% business, 24%. Okay, so what are we doing? We want 20%, right? That's our goal. So let me box that. Actually, let me put it this way. We want 6 ounces of 20%. That's our real goal. Okay. And then we have 24% and water. Yeah, I'm going to highlight the word water because that's important. Okay, so let's look at this lovely equation here. So you say, okay, look, I've got 24%, so I'm going to need 0.24x plus, now what kind of, whatever this is, alcohol. What percentage of water is alcohol? Huh? It's a trick question. 0, right? If it's water, then there shouldn't be any alcohol in it. All right, now again with this one, we're going to have to multiply because you can't just say, oh, and then I'm going to have 20. No, okay, you're not going to pour things into a beaker and all of a sudden it's going to disappear and you're going to have 0.20. 0.20 ounces is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for 20%, 0.20 times 6, which we all know hopefully is 1.20. Okay? But you've got to multiply. Make a note, right? Multiply 0.16, got 0.16, 0.20 times 6. Must multiply, right? That happens a lot with these mixture ones. Okay, now we just have to solve it. So we know that x plus y is equal to 6. So that means that it doesn't really matter. Actually, hold on. This problem is even easier than you realize. Hold on. Let me play with this one for just a second. Let me delete all this other junk because we don't need this. You'll see. All right, let me play with this one. Notice it's 0y, right? So think about what that means for just a second. 0.24x equals 1.20, right? The 0y goes away because it's 0y. That's kind of the whole deal about 0 times any number is 0. It's gone. So all you have to do then is divide by 0.24 and you've got it. See what I mean? This one's actually easier than the other ones we had to do with. We don't even need as much work. 0.24, you're going to get x is equal to 5. 24 goes into 125 times. Okay, so there's one number. It's not really our answer yet, but it's getting there. It's close. So 5. And I don't need any of that green. Okay. And now that I know that, I can say, okay, well, I know that x plus y is equal to 6. So I can say, okay, if x plus y is equal to 6, and I know that x is 5, oh my goodness, 5 plus y equals 6, that must mean that y is equal to 1, right? Done. It was a much easier problem than before, right? Because the other ones have had so much work for step 3. Look at how much work we had to do there to solve for step 3. And this one, because of that zero business, because you're using water. Water has no alcohol, so it made it 0y, which means that whole part disappeared, and you just were able to solve it for x straight up. So that means you need 5 quarts, or 5 ounces, 5 ounces of the 24% alcohol solution and 1 ounce of water. Oh, let me make a sentence out of this. We need, or you need, or I should say the chemist needs 5 ounces of 24% alcohol and 1 ounce of water in order to make 6 ounces of 20%, which is what they were looking for. And again, let's think about this. Logically, I mean, we can double check numbers wise. You can say, you know, okay, if I do 0.24 times 5 plus 0 times 1, will that work out? And sure enough, yeah, it'll work. I mean, 0.25 times, or 0.24 times 5 will make 1.2. So it works, right? So our results appear. But let's also think about it this way. 20%, which is what we want, is really close to 24%, right? Is very close. 24%. So it makes sense that we didn't need a lot of water, only 1 ounce, to dilute the 24% solution down to the desired level. Cool? So that's like the logical check. So we can kind of check our numbers, and then we can also kind of check whether it makes sense logically. Like, you know, okay, I was at 24%, I only wanted 20%. That's not a big difference. So I didn't need tons and tons of water to dilute this down. If they had said we want 2% solution, then you would have had to pour in a lot of water, right? And again, I know this all worked out to be whole numbers, but that might not be the case on your test or something. So beware, it could totally work out to be ugly decimals completely. All right, we are done with that section of story problems. I know it wasn't pretty, but we got it done, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you back here for a much more interesting section on number lines and inequalities, which is section 3.5. So we'll deal with that then.